Are you coming to that season in life where you know you just need to switch it up? Maybe you guys are going to the gym, but you need to change it up, you know? Maybe it's financial reasons, maybe it's just time with the family, maybe your just schedule overall is just making it hard for you to fit in that time. Well, I'm a big fan and a big believer in home workouts, and I think anyone could benefit from it, from experienced people even to beginner level, especially beginner. But a lot of times it comes down to your mindset. A lot of times it's very hard to go from working out in the gym into working at your home. A lot of us see the gym as like what we call a sanctuary. It's our alone time. It's a time where we can really think. It's a time where we can be away from all the stresses of life and just focus on working out. But it's getting hard. I definitely was in that situation, and I think home workouts, you can still get a great benefit from it. And I just want to show you guys how you can start working out at home and what it takes. The nice thing with working out at home is it doesn't take much, really. I have 3 or 4 steps here that I think will be beneficial to you all in starting your journey of working out at home. The first one, I mean, this is for anywhere, whether you work out at the gym or if you start at home. Just envision the goals that you have set forth. There, this could be like a whole topic on its own, but what kind of goals do you have is a big proponent in just getting started. And I really like to envision myself in the future, the type of person I'll be from sticking with a program, how it will make me feel, and the person who it's going to make me become. And just if you start there and see who you want to be in the future, it's awesome. It gives you a lot of motivation. I think it's deeper than just having a goal of looking good or losing body fat. Think of the person you're going to be in the future, but be thankful for where you are now, because it's the journey that helps you become the person that you envision yourself at the end, if that makes sense. But that could be a whole topic. But whether you start at home or in the gym, always just think of the goals you have and envision yourself in the future. But for the practical tips and working out at home, I have 4 of these listed here that I think each one of you guys would find beneficial. And the first one is to think of what you have now. What do you have now? Like, what kind of equipment do you have? So we all have one, is our body. So we have those body weight exercises we can do. Maybe you guys have a TRX, which will be another body weight type of exercise. Some of you guys might have some resistance bands laying around, and then maybe you have weights or weighted vest. See, I got started by just first looking at what I had. The things that I did have when I looked, I had an old TRX system. So I used that for a while, probably a couple months, just that TRX system alone and a weighted vest. And just with those 2 pieces of equipment, I was able to really get started. And I was with you guys where my mindset wasn't there at first, but I started where what I had, and when I built that consistency, it made it a lot easier to stick with a routine. But with just like the limited amount, you guys can find workouts to do with just those just limited things. And I wouldn't say limit your, even if you have limited equipment, don't let it limit yourself in thinking that you can't get results with this limited equipment. I mean, there's so many exercises out there, and especially with just your body, just doing body weight, you can change the resistance, you can change the variation to make things harder. So you will see results. But especially if you guys are beginners, like starting somewhere, you guys are going to get results. Like, don't limit yourself. It's awesome to have nothing. And I wouldn't go out right yet and just buy a bunch of stuff yet, because you first need to develop the habit and develop the resilience that it takes to just get started at home. But I will say that what you have, and once you start building those habits, you will need to eventually think of what you're going to invest in. And that is something that is really big. So you might need to invest in maybe higher weights. Maybe you would need to invest in a TRX system. Or right now, what I'm really big fan of is resistance bands. And I think that would probably be your best investment, especially if you have limited space and you don't really have enough room to make an actual home gym. So again, the first step that I would take is start with what you got. Moving on to the second way, I would say to get started with your home workouts is to start small, especially with limited equipment and just getting started as a beginner. Just start small, even if it's like 5-10 minutes a day. If you just start there, you're going to start building that mindset. You're going to start to get comfortable working out at your house. You're going to start to actually see some minor benefits that really is going to break through. Because I really know that mindset when you switch from gym to home workouts. Like, it's so hard because you love going to the gym. You love being away. You love having that alone time, maybe meeting people at the gym, which is all awesome. I think the gym is definitely beneficial. But when you first start off, developing that mindset and that change is very hard. So be patient with it, is what I can say. 5 to 10 minutes, it's going to work. Like, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. The other thing I'd say is start with minimal, not complex movement patterns. So squat, hinge, push, pull, rotation exercise, some walking. Those are all good ways to start. And really, from the beginning, really focus on the form. Go slow with it. And just choose what I like to do is choose one exercise in the squat, the hinge, push pull. Choose one compound exercise that hits a majority of your muscle groups and just focus on that with what you have. So, easy one like push-ups, pull-ups, squats. I mean, that's perfect. If you have resistance bands, you can do some type of bench, some type of push with it, pull-ups from the door. I mean, with what you got, start with minimal movements. Don't get too complex, especially when you see on social media. I know it's see all these cool exercises and you see these guys on fitness influencers who are just jacked and you're like, "Oh, I got to do this exercise." Just stick really with the minimal exercises, do the simple movements. You'll build that habit. That's what we're looking for right now, is to build that habit, break through those mindsets that you can't do it at home. Or even what I like to do on starting small is create a fun warm up. So I do pretty much the same warm up most of the time, and it really changes my mind, especially when in the morning when I wake up and I don't want to work out. But I do a warm up. It's very light, gets my heart rate going, and it puts me in the mood to work out. But if you start with just doing a warm up that's like 5-10 minutes, and you just start doing that, you're gonna be like, okay, I actually kind of like this. I think the warm up is huge, like a huge thing that gets you in the right mindset. But that's some another step two is to start small or start with limited, not complex movement patterns. Start small. Third one, again, another practical step is set a time. For me, it's in the morning. The reason why I chose the morning is because no one's awake yet. I can do a workout with limited distractions. My mind is already set that this is the time I'm going to work out. This is the time I've decided I'm going to work out. Again, a lot of times with the mindset, it's you just have to tell yourself, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it. And a lot of time, the easiest way to do that is by setting a time. So for me, I have a morning routine. It doesn't have to be complex, but for me, I wake up, maybe make a cup of coffee, and then I have my Bible reading, and then right after that, I get into a workout. And it's always at a set time. and right now it's always 20, 30 minutes long. So set a time. The last one is select a space. I have a small apartment, so I don't have much space to choose from. I kind of go between a couple spots, but set a space. If it makes it easier, set it up before the night before, because it'll just make your life a lot easier. Make sure it's cleaned out. Maybe just set up your mat so you're ready. Maybe set up your bands if you know no one's going to use that room. And when you come downstairs or when you wake up and you see that's all set up, you're like, okay, I remember I need to, my brain's going, all right, I'm going to work out. Like, I'm going to do it. And when you select that space, it becomes something you're proud of. And it really does make it easier to work out at home. So again, those are the practical tips I have. It's again just to go through the list. It's to start with what you got, start small, set a time, and select a space. And if you do that, I think your home workouts are going to be amazing and you're going to really enjoy it. And I just want to do a brief overview on these exercises that I have here. I like to just do this unedited to show you that you can have a really good workout in 20 minutes or less. You got to be creative. I mean, even as I'm looking at this exercise, I'm standing on a chair just to give it more pull on the downward, the eccentric, and more of a natural pull. So I'm higher up on the compared to where it's selected on the door, if that makes sense. And then even the exercise before that, the chest press standing, I found a lot of good benefits to that exercise. And to say that you can't get a good workout in by working out at home, you're just limiting yourself. You guys can. I would be lying to you if I say I didn't feel like I had a good workout from starting at home. Now, I will say that starting at first, it didn't feel that way because I was just starting out and doing these really small workouts. But I know that I can't lie when I say I'm having a good time. I'm feeling those muscles working. And really my goal in home workouts is to get in, do the work, and then get out. So I think you guys can benefit from it. This isn't my whole workout that I did. Usually it's about 20 minutes. But I hope you find this beneficial. And if you did, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on your journey on how you switched from maybe working out the gym and doing home workouts now. Thanks for watching.